Hi friends, welcome to Solidworks with Al. Today we'll be designing a bookcase with adjustable shelves. All dimensions are in inches. Material is 5/8 thick wood, ash. Hardware used is shelf pin. The overall height of the bookcase is 71 1/4 inches. The overall width is 28 inches. The depth is 11 3/4 inches, and that's without the 1/8 thick back, which is made out of hardboard. Looking at the front view, the top shelf, bottom shelf, and fixed shelf in the middle are all 26 3/4 inches wide. The adjustable shelves are 26 5/8 inches wide, and there's 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. The distance between the shelves are 13 inches. There's a detail B shown up here. There's a gap of a 1/16 of an inch between the adjustable shelf and the sides, and that's on both sides. Looking at the face of each panels, there's an edge pan of mahogany shown in brown here. Now moving to the section AA view. The front rail is inset in from the front edge 5/8 of an inch. The back rail, and there's a top rail. All 3 rails are 2.5 inches tall. The diameter of the shelf pin holes is 0.200. The depth of the hole is 0.375. There's 24 of the holes in the bottom section and 40 holes on the top section. The center to center distance vertically between the holes on the pattern is 1 1/4 inches vertically and 8 3/4 inches horizontally. In designing this bookcase, we'll be using plain offset, extruded Bose from offset, selected contours, linear pattern, directions 1 and 2, insert a part within a part, direct editing, move, copy, body, translate, and constraint, and finally edit appearance. So let's get started and design this bookcase. Shelf pin. Shelf pin is 5/8 long, 0.625. The diameter of the shelf pin is 0.197. The middle area has a diameter of 0.313 with a width of 0.063 and a fillet of 0.016 on both sides. There's a distance chamfer on both edges, left and right, of 0.063 and 0.031. Shelf pin. File. New. Part. Okay. Save your drawing as shelf pin. Systems option. Document properties. Units. Inches. 3 decimal places. Okay. The scene. Plain white. Front plane. Sketch. Draw a center line. Draw another center line. Make relations vertical, horizontal, I mean. Okay. Relation vertical. Add some dimension. The length of the pin is 5/8, so half of it is 0.3125. 5/16 of an inch. The diameter here is 5/16, so half of it would be 0.3125 divided by 2. About 0.156. Draw some lines. Add some relations. Select this line, make relations vertical. Okay, I'm going to show my sketch relations. This line, select this line, make relations horizontal. Okay, smart dimension. The diameter is 0.197. So So the radius is half of that, so divided by 2. It's about 0.099. Okay. This distance is a 32nd of an inch, half of 1/16. So it's half of that, so it's a 32nd. Okay. I'm going to add a fillet here. 1 divided by 64th of an inch. Dimension each fillet. Okay. I'm going to add a chamfer. Distance to distance. So the first distance is a 16th of an inch, and the second one is a 32nd of an inch. So I'm going to choose this edge, this line, and then this line, so that's a 62nd to a 32nd of an inch chamfer. Okay, so I'm going to turn off view sketch relations. I'm going to select that point, hold shift, select the origin point, make coincident relation. Okay. And the drawing is fully defined. Now I'm going to mirror entities. I'm going to choose the entities to be all that. Mirror about that vertical center line. Okay. I'll put this back up here. And I'm going to go to features, Revolved Boss Base. Okay. Axis of revolution. I'm going to choose that horizontal center line. The contour is selected for me. I'm going to go OK. I'm going to solid bodies here. Select the arrow, highlight revolve. I'm going to go to apply appearance. I'm going to go to metal, appearance, metal, steel, polished steel. So real view graphics is turned on. Okay. Save the drawing, and the shelf pin is done. Okay, so now we're going to design the bookcase. File, new, part, okay. Save your drawing, systems option, document properties, units, inches, 3 decimal places, okay. The scene I'm going to draw on is plain white. Right plane, show. I'm going to offset this right plane. So I'm going to go to reference geometry, plane. I'm going to offset it half of 26 3/4. So that's going to give me 13.375, 13 3/8 of an inch. Right plane, okay. And it's going the right way that I want, the right side, okay. I'm going to hide the right plane. I'm going to select plane 1, click it, sketch. I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay. I'm going to select these 2 lines. I'm going to make it vertical and parallel. It's not showing vertical here, but it is. So I'm going to turn on view sketch relations. Okay, so vertical and parallel. All right, so now I'm going to also select this line and this line, and I'm going to make it horizontal and parallel relations. Okay, I'm going to turn off view sketch relations now. I'm going to dimension. So the overall height of the bookcase is 71.250, 71 1/4 inches. High, okay. The depth of the bookcase is 11 3/4 inches. And that's without the backboard. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add a relation here. I'm going to move. I'm going to select that point right there. Hold Shift. Select the origin. Make coincident. Okay. Okay, our drawing is fully defined. Now let's do some offsetting to create the top and the bottom of the bookcase and the front rail, right rail, top rail, and the shelves. Okay, so offset. The thickness of the wood is 0.625, 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to offset this line in, offset this line in, offset this line down. Okay, so now I'm going to do some different dimension. 2.5 offset. I'm going to offset this line up, offset this line down, 2.5. Okay. I'm going to offset 5/8 again, 0.625, for this line to go in, because that front rail is inset according to the drawing, 5/8 of an inch, which is the thickness of the material. Okay, now I'm going to do some trimming. Trim, power trim. I don't need these lines, these lines, these lines, these lines, this line, this line. Okay, so that's good. The bottom looks good. Okay. I'm going to move some of these dimensions out so it's more visible. Okay, so I'm going to offset 5/8 again to create the bottom shelf. Okay, so there we go, we got that. Okay. So now I'm going to create the other shelves by linear sketch pattern. Linear, x-axis. I'm going to choose this edge line. Okay, so it's that. The distance is 13 plus the thickness of the material, which is 0.625, center to center. So 13 and 5/8. I want 5 instances. Okay. And the entities to pattern is this line and this line. Now I'm looking at it. Okay, looks good. Okay. 13 and 5/8. All right. Now I'm gonna draw the backboard. So I'm gonna offset 0.125, 1/8 of an inch, the thickness of the backboard. Okay, I'm going to select this line, offset it out. Okay, I'm going to draw a line horizontally across. I'm going to do some trimming. Trim this line, this line. Smart dimension from that top edge to that is 1/8 of an inch down, 0.125. Okay. All right, let's go to the bottom. Draw another line, another small line from here, horizontally across. Okay, trim. Trim. Smart dimension from that line to that line. Should be 2 and 5/8, which is 2.625 inches. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to start extruding our contours. Okay, so I'm going to go to Features, Extruded Boss. I'm going to look at it from the right side. It's easier to view. Okay, sketch plane, blind. I want to extrude it to get 0.625. I want to get the right side of the bookcase first. So I'm going to go there, selected contours. I'm going to select all these contours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not the backboard. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go to my trimetric view. And I want it to extrude to the right side, outside. Okay. So it looks good, 5/8 of an inch, extrude. So now I got my right side of the bookcase. I'm going to turn off the plane, 1. Now I'm going to go back again to Bose, extrude, sketch 1. I'm going to do more extrusion of contours, okay? And it's easier to see when it's on the right side view. So I'm going to select this top shelf, bottom shelf, and the fixed shelf, which is this one. Okay. I'm going to extrude. I don't want it to merge. I'm going to extrude it 26.750, 26 and 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to look at it from this view now. It's easier. I don't want it to go to the right. I want it to go towards the inside. So I'm going to reverse the direction of the extrusion to the left. Okay, so we got 26 and 3/4 blind, and it's to the left. Those are the 3 fixed shelves. The bottom, the middle, and the top. Okay. We got 4 bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's go back to sketch 1. Right there, it's open. Bose extrude again. And I don't like the arrow going that way. I know I don't want it to go that way, so I'm going to click it there to reverse the arrow. I don't want it to merge. And I want to keep at 26 and 3/4 for the rails. So I'm going to go to the right side view again, and I'm going to select the top rail, the bottom front, and the bottom back rail. And I'm going to go and take a look at it, and it looks proper. Okay, 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top back. And it's 26 and 3/4. Okay. And do not, okay, merge result, we don't want that. All right. So now we got 7 bodies. Now we're going to go back to sketch 1 again, extruded base. I don't like it going that way, so I'm going to flip the arrow to go that way, reverse it, unselect merge result. I'm going to change the dimension, but I'm going to select the profile first, or the contour. So I want the adjustable shelves now. 1, 2, and this one at the bottom. 3. And I'm going to go back to this view to see it. It's proper, but the dimension is not what I want. So I want it to be, also I'm going to look at it from the front view to show you that because of the adjustable, because of the shelf pins, the adjustable shelves have to be a little smaller to accommodate the fitting of the shelf pins. So I'm going to go from sketch plane, offset. I'm going to offset it a 1/16 of an inch, 0.0625. That's not the right way. I want to offset it in, so I'm going to reverse the arrow. Okay. And then the dimension, I want it to be a 1/16 smaller in between the left and right side for the pins and to sit on the pins. Okay, some clearance. So I'm going to take off a 1/16 on both sides, so that means the adjustable shelves has to be 1/8 of an inch, a 1/16 on the left, a 1/16 on the right. That's 1/8 of an inch overall smaller than the fixed shelves. Okay? So it's going to give me 26 and 5/8. And that little 1/16 of an inch gap. All right. So looks good. We don't want merge result. Okay. So we got our adjustable shelves with some clearance there. All right. Now we got one more contour, and that's the backboard. So sketch 1 again, extruded Bose base. The arrow's going the wrong way. We want to go that way. We don't want merge result. and we're going to go and take a look at it, choose it. It's easier to choose it from the right side view. So we're going to select our contour from the right side view, right there. Okay, and then we're going to go to the back view to get our width and of the backboard. Okay, so the backboard, we want it to sit 1/8 of an inch in from the left side and the right side. So now we got it 5/8, so we got to bring it back. So we're going to offset it. We're going to offset it 1/2 an inch. Okay, so that creates offset it in, so that gives us 1/8 of an inch between the edge, the right side or the left side. Okay, of the bookcase, 1/2 inch, and now it's going to be 28 inches overall. Take away 1/8 and 1/8, so it's going to be 27.750 and 3/4 according to the drawing. Okay, so that's right there, and we're missing the other side, so it's empty right now. Well, it'll be filled in later. Okay, so that looks good. That looks good. Offset, line, 27 3/4. Okay. So we got 11 bodies now. Okay. So now we're going to add the holes for the shelf pins, for the adjustable shelves. Okay. So we're done with that sketch. We're going to go here, select that face, inside face of the right side of the bookcase, and right click, and I'm going to sketch on it. Okay. So let's draw some holes. Draw a hole. Okay, a circle. Smart dimension, that center down here. According to the drawing, it's 9.750, 9 3/4 of an inch. Okay. And that's vertical. Now we need the horizontal. From there to that edge is 1.5 inches. 1.500. Okay. And the diameter of the hole or the circle is 200 thousandths of an inch, so it's 0.200. Okay, we're gonna do some linear patterns here. Okay. So for the x-axis, I'm going to choose that edge, 1. Okay, the distance between center to center between the holes is 1.250, 1.25 inches. I want 12 instances of this. Okay, and pattern, entities of pattern, I'm going to zoom in to select my circle. Okay, so I got that pattern going vertically. Now I want the same pattern going horizontally. Okay, so I'm going to, for the y-axis, I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to choose that edge right there. Okay. I want 2 of that. And I want to display dimension, y spacing, y spacing, I mean. Okay, so according to the drawing, the distance between the holes is 8.750 horizontally. So we got that there, dimension, y spacing, okay. Everything looks good, so I'm going to select okay. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do the same for the top patterns of holes. So we're going to draw a hole about there. Okay, a circle. Smart dimension there to the bottom edge again. According to the drawing, the distance is 38.125, 38 and 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Okay, and that's vertically and horizontally from that center of the hole to that edge is 1.5, which it is. Okay. And we got to dimension the diameter of this hole, which is 0.200. Same thing as the bottom. Okay, now we're going to linear pattern it. Okay, so linear sketch pattern, x-axis, I'm going to use that same edge. I want 20 instead of 12 this time, so 20. Distance between center to center holes is 1¼ inches, and 20 instances, okay. And entities is this circle. Okay, so that looks proper. And now I want, for the y-axis, I wanted to select this edge, and I want 2 of that instance. Okay, and the distance is 8.750, like the bottom. And dimension Y spacing, okay, looks proper. I'm gonna okay it, and we have it. Okay, so looking at it right there, okay. Okay, so now we're gonna extruded cut it. So extruded cut, and looking at it from the front view, it's going the right direction, but the length is going through the material. So we want to, according to the drawing, the depth is 0.375, so 3/8 of an inch into the material. All right, that looks better. So blind, 3/8 of an inch. All right. Cut. Okay, so we got our adjustable shelf pinholes. Okay. Now we're going to bring in the, I'm going to turn this off. Okay. We're going to bring in the shelf pin that we drew firstly. Okay, so I'm going to go insert, part, shelf pin 1. Okay, you can browse and look for it, but for me it's shelf pin 1 here. Okay, and also I have these things selected, solid bodies, cosmetic threads. In this case we don't need that. Body material, part material. I highlighted this, I checked this, locate part with move, copy, and feature. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to just click on the screen. And here's my pin that we drew earlier. Okay, so now I'm not going to translate it, I'm going to constraint it. So I'm going to choose the mate that I want. I'm going to use this face. I'm going to do concentric mate to start. From that face, and I want to position it right underneath this shelf, right there, and it's concentric. And I'll show you from the front view that it is, but it's just far away. Okay, so I'm going to okay it. Then I'm going to go to direct editing, move bodies, and instead of, if it shows translate, okay, I'm going to click constraint here to show the mate settings. Okay, so I'm going to choose the body. It's asking me to choose the body, so I'm going to choose the pin, the shelf pin. Mate settings, I'm going to choose this face right here. Okay, and I'm going to do kind of a coincident mate with the inside of the shelf, the side here. So I'm going to click on this side, and it just, okay, I'm going to show you in the front view. And it's, from that face, it's going to go to that face, so that's coincident. Okay. All right. So we have it in the correct position. And I'm going to go to the left side view now and just copy it and copy these shelf pins. So I'm going to go to move and copy bodies in direct editing again. Bodies, I'm going to choose the shelf pin, the first one. And I'm going, instead of mate settings, I'm going to go and select this button at the bottom, translate, rotate. And I'm going to make sure I click on copy, and I'm going to copy it in the Y direction up 2 times. So I'm going to do one first. So Y direction is 27.125 from that hole to that hole underneath the other adjustable shelf. Okay, so it's copy, and taking a look, and it's right there where I want it. Okay. And I'm going to do it again. Move copy. Copy is selected. Bodies. To move, I want this one. And the Y direction. Okay, and it's 13.750. 13 and 3/4 from that hole to the hole beneath the other adjustable shelf. Upwards. So I'm going to look at it, and it is, and it's moving it right there where I want it. Copying it. Okay. So now I got my 3 shelf pins, and I'm going to go and do another move and copy, all 3 to the left side of the shelf. Okay, so I got bodies to copy. I'm going to go and do a window selection here of all those 3. Got 3 of them in, and copy, and I'm going to move it in the Z direction. Okay, so it's going to be 8.750. Center horizontally according to the drawing. Okay, and it's going that way. I don't want it, so I'm going to go over here and click on the Z button, reverse direction, and it's going to reverse it. And it's right there where I want it to be. So I'm going to select OK, and I'm going to take a look. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, looks good. So I got my 6 shelf pins on the right side, and now I'm going to go and mirror those 6 shelf pins and the right side to the left side. So I'm going to go here in direct editing. I don't have to go out, linear pattern, mirror, and I'm going to show the right plane, okay? Select the right plane. All right, select it right here. Okay, and I'm going to go to, instead of features, I'm going to go bodies to mirror. I'm going to select this body right here, the right side, and then I'm going to go here, solid bodies, there's 17 of them right now, and I'm going to open up that folder, and I'm going to select my 6 shelf pins, starting with the first one. So cut extrude is the right side, right here is highlighted, so I'm going to go right there. Pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I got 6 plus the right side, so that gives me 7 bodies. Okay, so I don't want it to merge. Okay, right plane. Okay, good. So now I got my left side mirrored, and I got my pins mirrored too, right there. And that's right there. And right there. So I got 12 pins all together. Okay. So I'm gonna... Okay, so now we're gonna add some appearance to make it look nice. Okay, so we're going to select this one. I'm gonna hold shift, select this, this. I don't want that, so I'm going to leave it that right there for now. Cut extrude I want, and I want the mirror one. Okay, so now I got all those. I want to go back to, I'm going to release the button, the shift button. I'm going to hold the control and deselect Boss Extrude 5, the backboard there. And I'm going to go over to here, appearances. Okay. And I don't want metal right now. I want organic. Wood. Okay. Wood. And I want ash folder. I want polish ash 2D. Okay, double click it. Click on the screen. So we got that looking nice. Now I'm going to go and select that Boss Extrude, the backboard, highlight it right there, and I'm going to go and apply edit appearance. I'm going to give it color of the hardboard, which is kind of like a dark brown. Okay, just to make it different. But I want to make it look nice in the inside face, so I'm just gonna put it like a veneer on it. So I'm gonna put a veneer on it, so just on the face. So I'm going to go appearance. I'm going to go to organic, wood, ash folder, same thing. there. So it's just on the face. Everything else is the same material. The hardboard is brown. It's just that I want to put a veneer so it looks nice from the inside. Okay? And one more thing to make it look nice. Well, I think it might look nice. I'm going to click that face. I think there's 10 faces. Hold shift, select this top face, that face, all the faces of the shelves. So hold shift, select that face, select that face, that face. Hold shift, continue to hold shift. Okay. And select this. And I'm going to go organic, wood, mahogany, polished mahogany 2D, double click it. So I gave it like in woodworking it's called, it's called edge banding. So the face, I'm giving it an edge band of a different material finish. It's mahogany. So just to make it pop a bit, to make it look nice, I guess. That's what I think. Now we're gonna choose the 12 pins. Okay, so we choose one here from the bodies. Okay, on the left side here. Hold shift, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know this mirror is not it. This is the right side, the left side, so I'm just gonna skip it. Well, I'll select it anyways, okay. I knew that, but I'm gonna select it. Okay, so I got my, and then I'm gonna hold control again, and I'm gonna deselect mirror 1. Okay, so I don't want that one. So I got all my 12 pins highlighted, and I'm gonna go and now I'm gonna go to, I don't want wood obviously, I want appearance, I want metal, I want steel, I want polished steel. Double click it, okay. Let's take a look. Looks, okay, I'm gonna turn on, oh, it's already on. So I'm gonna turn on Real View Graphics, and it is looking nice. Right there. All right, both sides. Okay, so looking at it from the front view, the top view, the bottom view, right side view. Okay. And I'm gonna look at it from the geometric view. Okay, so there we have it. The bookcase project is complete. I hope you like it. If so, give me a like, share the video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.